All right, so typically your toilets looks a little bit nasty like this with all this stuff next to it. I'm going to show you something really cool on how to clean this up. Let's go. So this is an Aria Vent niche that you're going to build into your wall next to the toilet. It opens up like this. You have a trash can here for all the trash, and it also has an integrated LED slot for an LED. Let's do that first. All right, so I picked up this LED strip at Lowe's, and what you want to make sure is that you're able to cut it and re-splice it because we want to make sure that it fits in there. All right, so when we open this up, essentially on here, you see these cut marks where you can cut the light. And for us, it perfectly works out where we can feed that in and make it cut right here. It's got a double-sided tape, and we can tape it right in there. All right, so there's these little holes right here on the side that we can feed this through. We'll go like this. Feed the light through. Get the double tape off. Double-sided tape off. And then I'm going to do some gymnastics here. Just like so, and tape this into place. All right, so we're going to remove our old toilet paper holder. And then I know that I can see that I have a stud here and a stud here. I'm going to mark this out and cut it out. All right, so I want to make sure that this is not too far up in the air. So what I'm going to do is take this flange right here and I'm going to hide that behind my trim. So if I measure the area that I need to cut out, I'm looking like 29.25. So off of my trim, I'm going to measure 29.25. Thank you. Now I can cut out this rectangle. All right, so instead of prying off this trim, what I'm going to do is just cut the back of this sheetrock off. We're going to be able to screw it in all the way over here, so this is okay. It'll be a little bit cleaner that way. All right, so next, because we have the LED light integration, we want to get a power cable basically here. The way we're able to do that is go out of our light switch into our attic and then down into this cavity. If you're on the first floor, you could go out of your box, down into the basement and then up. You have to mess around with it a little bit. All right, so at the end of the wire, we're going to add this receptacle and then just leave it there for now. Once we install this, we'll be able to fish this out. All right, guys, not gonna lie, I should have measured. I measured this way. I never measured this way because I figured just from stud to stud. It's real world. This is what happens. This is how we're gonna fix it. We're just gonna add a piece of 2x4, and then we're just going to get that piece of drywall that we had and fix this in, and then it will fit perfectly. Whoops. All right, so we're gonna take this piece out for a second, just so it doesn't fight us all the way in. And because of the trim, this is gonna be a little bit tougher to get this in because it can't just slide in like that because that flange is in the way. So we're gonna have to wrestle this in here a little bit. Like that. See, like we went past it a little bit. I'm gonna come in. We got a plug here. And then like that. Next, I'm gonna get my level and set this nice and straight to make sure we have nice reveals. So. All right, so we got our 20-minute easy sand mix mixed. Now we're going to compound around this, and I'm going to use this Fuse fiberglass mesh. It's super, super thin, and it will just give it a little more strength so it doesn't crack. All right, so we got 3 hands of compound over this. Now I'm going to get my sanding sponge and then very lightly just sand it. All right, so another cool feature about this Aria niche is that you can paint them any color you want, any texture of paint you want, or you can even wallpaper over them. We're going to go with this cool blue color, and we're almost done. Let's see how it ends up. All right, so here's our finished product. I'm super happy with it. You got your toilet paper. We got our little niche in here. So you have room for a garbage bag. You have your room here for a cleaning brush, whatever. It's just a much like prettier and like almost artistic way of making this space look so much nicer than it was before, cluttered with all this stuff that used to be there. So if you guys are interested in this product, in this niche, the Aria Vent link is down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.